So before we get started with the groundbreaking ceremony for the new Central Fire Station 18, I want to recognize some special guests we have with us today. We have Mrs. Angel Robertson from United States Congressman Brian Mast's office in attendance. Maisha White from House of Representative Trabalsi's office. St. Lucie County Property Appraiser Michelle Franklin is in attendance. And I believe we have our full complement of the St. Lucie County Commissioners. Commissioner Larry Leet, I seen him earlier. Commissioner and Chairman Kathy Townsend. Commissioner Zadowski. I don't think I've seen Commissioner Bartz. So we also have our Fire Board members in attendance, Fire Board commissioners. We have City of Port St. Lucie Mayor Shannon Martin, Fire Board Commissioner. We have our Fire Board Commissioner Jamie Fowler in attendance, and St. Lucie County Commissioner. We have Travis Leonard, the Governor's appointee, in attendance. Our chairwoman is under the weather, Stephanie Morgan. She may do a drive-by. We have the command staff from the City of Fort Pierce PD. And then we have also the command staff of the Sheriff's Department. We do have Fort Pierce City Commissioner and Fire Board member Curtis Johnson in attendance. And if I missed anybody... Oh, yes, sorry. You're on my list, Michelle. I promise. And of course, we do have City Commissioner Jeremiah Johnson also in attendance. And who could ever forget Jane Rowley is here. So with that being said, I want to kind of introduce you and recognize our design team for the future Fire Station 18. We have Wanamaker Jensen, who is our architect, and we have Jeff McDowell in attendance in the back, hiding as usual. And that team consisted of Sanchel Mercer, Jerry Stefanis, and AJ Van Hooser. He's here. I see him. We have WGI, who's our civil engineering firm. In attendance, Adam. And we have OCI, which is our MEP engineers, James Bouchard. I hadn't seen him, but I'm sure he's en route. And then, of course, we have our contractor. We've selected Jacquin & Sons Construction. We have Michael Jacquin back there. We see Jared Modine, Robert Jacquin, and, of course, James Taylor. So I don't think I missed anybody, but if I did, I apologize. So before we get started turning dirt, I want to talk a little bit about the fire district and where we got to today. The fire department was formed in 1906, and we have continually grown to meet the needs of our citizens throughout the county. And you'll know why I'm going to cover this next section here in a minute. In 1924, our first central fire station was constructed at Avenue A and US 1 in Fort Pierce. Almost 30 years after that, our second central fire station was constructed at the corner of Avenue D and North 7th Street. And then just about 30 years after that, our current central fire station, which is located in 2400 Rhode Island Avenue in Fort Pierce, was constructed. Now, 40 years later, I'm late, according to Chief Lee, 10 years. Our new Central Fire Station 18 will be constructed here on the ground at our current administrative complex at Milner Drive in Port St. Lucie. Everybody knows that firefighting, we're rich in tradition. And with that being said, this new Central Fire Station 18, will incorporate pieces of each of the preceding central fire stations. So, for instance, if you've got a chance to look at the photo or the construction photo sign out front, the arched bay doors on this new central fire station, which will house one of our first antique fire trucks that the district operated out of, along with the lighting fixtures on the bays, are taken from the first central fire station at Avenue A in US 1, Fort Pierce. The fonts that signify Central Fire Station are the exact fonts that were used out of the Central Fire Station, the second one at the corner of Avenue D and 7th Street. And then, of course, our current Central Fire Station, we wanted to incorporate something special out of that into this new Central Fire Station. And although it is a 2-story fire station, don't get excited, guys. You can't use the pole that will be in this fire station. It's just for display purposes only. And again, that is what we wanted to do. We wanted to incorporate aspects of our history and wrap them into our new central fire station here that will be located at Milner Drive in PSL. With that being said, I'd like to invite our Vice Chairman of the Fire Board of Commissioners, Commissioner Zadowski, up to say a few words.
Thank you, Chief. So on behalf of Stephanie Morgan, Chair of the Fire District, I get to have an opportunity to step in. It's a task to do that. For those of you who know Chair Morgan, I'll do my best. And she did just drive by. There she goes. You know, she's committed. I got to say that out loud. So Greenlee, did you get that? Shaman, did you get that? Oh my gosh. You know, this is an exciting day in the St. Lucie County, and with all of you here today, including the citizens who actually pay for this stuff. Come on, give yourself a round of applause. It's important to understand that the fire district is a unique animal, if you will. It's a singular taxing district in the state of Florida that manages and operates our fire service and our paramedic and EMT services for the whole county. Why is that interesting? Well, because we do everything under this one umbrella, and there's a cost associated with that. And life, health, and safety is one of the top issues that any elected official should be paying attention to. And there's a cost to it. And the fact is that if we don't have the best possible equipment, the abilities, the education, and the response times necessary to save lives, we're not doing our job. But I will tell you, I've only been here for a few years, a couple years. And I've seen a lot of things come and go. And I've lived through the recession and the times where we were taking chassis off of vehicles and changing them out and being very frugal. Each of the boards that I've had the opportunity and the honor to serve with have been very responsible with taxpayer dollars, impact fee dollars, and I'm going to talk about those in a few minutes. Mayor Martin is here, and Mayor, you lived through some of the area times when even our contracts were being given back to administration so that we could keep our operations open. So I want to talk a little bit about the fire station that will be Station 18, Central Station. We expect 1,731 responses in the zone that we call Station 18. So why is that important? We want to have responses 6 minutes or greater, or we don't want responses 6 minutes or greater. So we want to reduce that time. That's why we're building this opportunity here today. We want to reduce that time down to about 4 minutes. Time and seconds matter. So that's incredibly important. This station, it's going to come in on time and under budget. He's not even, Mike's not even paying attention. He's like, where can I cut that? on time, under budget. But we have a projected cost of $7,400,000. That's incredibly important because this is the investment that taxpayers make. This is the investment that the impact fees that you pay for building buildings and homes and so on and so forth. That's where this investment goes. And your investment is well seated in making things happen and making our response and our life, health, safety that much more important. We'll have to have an additional 25 firefighters, There's a cost associated with that. This equipment that you see here, we're going to have trucks and rescue trucks and all the things necessary for a safe response and a quick response, and ultimately the best response for the patient that we serve. All right, I'm just going to read this because it's really important, but it's a little bit long-winded, and I'm really short for words, but Jane Raleigh says I don't speak very much at all, and I should be speaking more. Station 18 will be located in one of the busiest areas of the county. It's a very large and diverse response area that is mixed of residential, commercial, and industrial. The response zone will include New Horizons facility, St. Lucie County's Sheriff's headquarters, and over 2 million square feet of warehouse facilities. Alapata Flats K through 8 school, which is an important opportunity for us to be able to be there quickly, right? Contender Boats, LTC Industrial Park, professional medical buildings, industrial facilities, as well as densely populated single-family residential areas. Fire Station 18 will also cover a large section of Interstate 95. And with the county moving forward with the state and being able to have a intersection or an on-ramp to the turnpike, that'll make our responses on that roadway that much quicker. We do have a number of responses that we make on probably on a daily basis, if not a weekly basis, to I-95 and the turnpike. So all of these things are important. I want the citizens to know that their investments are being well taken care of. The board, the fire district board, is very frugal in how we make our investments, and we're making sure that we're taking care of your taxpayer dollars, being able to provide you the best possible service and life-saving measures. With that, I'll turn it over to Chief Lee. Thank you.
Good morning. I asked Chief Lango for air conditioning. Apparently he didn't listen to me very well. And with that, I'm very short on words usually, so hopefully that'll stay the case today. Thank you, Commissioner Zadowski. That was very good. You took all of my points, so I don't have to talk about them.
Oh, this was your book?
No, and thank you, each and every one of you here today. It's very cool, very humbling to see the support for the fire district here. Can you guys hear me? Can I hold this closer? So I do want to put some things in perspective. The last new fire station we actually added 2 in 2008. That was Station 16 and 17. In 2007, our run volume was about 36,000 calls a year. 2008, our run volume was right at 37,000 calls a year. Yesterday, we broke 40,000 calls. So we're on track to do 64,000 calls. And our station ensemble today is the same as it was in 2008. So not only do we have this station under construction, we have 2 more in the works, one in southwest Port St. Lucie, and then one off Kings Highway in Fort Pierce. In southwest Port St. Lucie, we have 5 other station sites beyond those that are scheduled to be there, and one off Indria Road in North Fort Pierce. So you can see the growth of the county. Everybody knows the growth's here. At this point, we're playing catch-up. We want to get to a point where we're not playing catch-up when we have these services in place. Because southwest Port St. Lucie, we're actually a little bit behind. We should have had that station here a couple of years ago. This one here is the same. It should have been here already. But we finally got to a point where we can afford to build them, and we can afford to staff them. So, and that's more important. We can have a building here, but if we can't staff them, it's not very important at all. With that, I do want to bring your attention to the drawing, and Chief Lingle talked about it a little bit, the antique fire bay. So that antique fire truck is currently right now at the museum in Fort Pierce. I think anybody's been there, they've seen the truck. It was one of our original trucks, and we're bringing it back. My predecessor, Chief Nate Spira, he had this vision. He wanted to bring that history into one of our fire stations instead of having it at a museum, which we love. But at the same point, you know, he wanted to bring it here into one of our fire stations, and you know, the idea of the central fire station moving over was also Chief Spira. So he's not here; he's enjoying his retirement. Well, I don't know how he can do that, but whatever. You know, he's not dealing with budget right now. So, no. So I do want to say a big shout out to Chief Spira. This definitely is his baby, and we're going to see it through. And on that, let's dig some dirt.
That's what you need. All right. Everybody got a shovel ball ready?
We're ready. Don't do
One.
it yet.
2.
No, I got it.
1, 2, 3. Toss. One more time. Oh, can I do it again?